Tēnā rā tātou i o tātou nui o tātou tapu o tātou mana o tātou ihi. Ko pai mai ki tā tātou kaupapa i tēnei rangi nei. Tuatahi ake tangi nei te ngākau ki o tātou mate. Rātou i tiraha i te poho o tātou whare. Rātou i rumakina e te roimata e te hūpē. E puta i te kōrero kāia te wāhi ki o tātou mate. Inā rā, ko te rā whakanui a Waitangi, tēnei kātahi anō ka hori ake nei. Me pēhea hoki e kore ai, e mihia rātou, i noho mai hei tokatū moana, rātou i āki i ngā haukino o te wā, e rongo anō ai tātou i te inga hua, o tērā kaupapa i nei rangi nei no reire tangi tonu nei te ngākau ki a rātou, rātou i para i tēnei huarahi mā tātou. Heo anō ko ngā mate huhua e pīkau nei tātou i tēnei wā, tēnā kia whāriki hia rātou i tēnei wā nei ki te aroaro. O a tātou kaupapa i nā rā ko te e tino mōhio ana ahakoa hāre ai tātou ki hea. Tātou i o tātou ora, e kawea ana o tātou mate ki a tātou kaupapa huhua no reira. Tēnā kia whakatāhia e tātou o tātou pokohiwi, kia whāriki hia o tātou mate, kia tangi hia ngātahi tia rātou. Kia puta rā ko tērā kōrero, kāia tēnei te mamai o tātou mate, i te turuturu roimata, i te waipuke a te whenua, i te roimata, i te hūpē kia rātou, ko whetūrangi hia. Ko te taipō ki te taipō, te tai awatea ki te tai awatea tātou e tau nei kia ora tātou. Ko rangi nei tēnei mihi atu nei kia tātou, i tēnei rangi nei nōku te maringa nui, kia noho mai kua au heikai kōrero, me te tōtō hāre i ngā kaupa whakahāre i a tātou kaupapa i tēnei rangi nei, me te kia ata whakahāre i ngā kaupapa i tēnei rā. No reira, koutou ngā kauwhakarongo, if you guys have any pātai, use the quick Q&A function that's at the bottom of the on your tab. Ko rangi nui tōku ingoa, I'm very fortunate to be here today to facilitate our wānanga with our exponents, our pūkōrero today, who we're very lucky, very fortunate to have join our conversation today. No reira, ka huri kia kōrua, kia ahakoa e tino mōhio tia ana kōrua. Ko kōrua kei te tihi o te maungai mō enei o ngā mahi no reira, e mihi nui atu ana kia kōrua. Tēnā, kia kōrua te wā, ki kōrua te rākau tēnei wā.
Kei te kuranga tira rangi nui, tēnā koe e whakatau nei a tātou mate. Ka mutu e poroporo aki ana rātou. Rātou kia rātou, tātou kia tātou. Tēnā ki tātou, ko Kawariki Morgan tōku ingoa, he uri au, no Waikato, no Ngāti Porou, no Ngāti Hine, no te whānau apanui. He pānga no oku ki ngā kuki airani. Nei e mihi nei ki tō tātou kaupapa, nei e tangi nei ki o tātou mihi. Tēnā tātou katoa.
Tēnā koe, brother, tēnā koe rangi nei, o tira e mihi ana kia tātou katoa. Ko hono mai te rangi nei, mo tēnei o ngā kaupapa hira. Ko Marama Jones, ahau he uri tēnei no tauranga moana, mā tātua waka, ko ngai te rangi, ngāti rangi nei me ngāti pukenga o kuiwi. Tēnā koutou.
Kia ora, tēnā kōrua. Ka kotahi atu ki te pātai tuatahi kapa haka. Why, where did it all start? Where did it all start?
Kia hoki oku whakaaro. E pēnei ana. Whakapai anau, ka putau i te kōpua tuku whaia. Ki reiro haka tuatahi ai. Ka mutu i whakatupu au. Mai mari au whakatupu ki rungo Hoani Waititi Marae. Ki te kohanga reo, Hoani Waititi Marae, ki tōna kura, ki tōna whare kura, ki reira whakatangata ai. Anei au e haka tonu nei. Mahara tonu au i aku kuia, aku kaumātua, aku pāpā, e haka ana. Ko rātau e whakaharuru nei i te whare kai o Hoani Waititi Marae. E haruru tonu nei, e mātou Ngā Tūmanako. No reira, ko rātau te tauira. ko au me tōku reanga e whai nei i o rātou tapu wai. E whai tonu nei e ngā nāna kia eke ngā Tūmanako o rātou mā.
Haere tonu.
Hei
Aro
ako,
mai.
hei ako.
Hea, no te pātai.
Ki hea timo tai tēnei mea, ki hea whakatō ai te kākano o te kapa haka.
Kapa kia ora. Ka was kōrero was just so inspirational. I got dazed and lost in that one. Kapa haka. Pērā hoki ai, tipa ki roto I te kohanga reo me te kura kaupapa. Oia, no, e huna ki atu ai ki te wharekura o Hoani Waititi a hau e te kaumarua tauana. It was ages back, but I think, although I was brought up in Kohanga Reo and Kura Kaupapa, I was raised out in South Auckland. And it wasn't until I was 12 that I moved over to Hoani Waititi. And that's probably where kapa haka started for me. I didn't know anything about kapa haka. Well, I'd seen it, but we didn't really do kapa haka at my Kura Kaupapa. I was at Piripono then. We sung a lot of waiata, but it wasn't necessarily something that I would call, well, I don't remember it being or feeling like it was kapa haka. And so once I went over to Hoani Waititi, that was kind of the start of it all for me. And I remember one of the main reasons I wanted to go to Hoani Waititi, and I've got to tell everyone that I used to bus and train there from South Auckland every day just to go to this kura, was that I would go to Polyfest with my mum and watch my cousin Marina, who was of Kawariki and Kim's and them's generation, stand at Polyfest. Now, Polyfest was like the Matatini of Auckland back in the rā, and it's still going today. It's a really big kuratura competition that happens here in Tamaki, and we would go and watch wharekura. And I remember just thinking they were absolute superstars in my eyes. And that was probably where this love for kapa haka began for me. So I made the transition over to wharekura and was fortunate enough to be brought up around all these amazing kai haka. I'm not as old as Kawa and them, obviously. They had finished kura by the time I started. I'm his sister's generation. But, you know, Te Rainama were there, and Papa Hare Rua was one of our tutors. And Tarumai was one of my generation. So, of course, we had Nan and Koro come in. Really fortunate to be around these amazing people. And they were just like aunties and uncles to us, you know. We had Whai Angie coming in, Angie Smith tweeting his mum. And then Papa Peter was up at the marae, and we had Whai Ana. So I had the most amazing eye-opener into the world of kapa haka, even though it's fourth row, the first time I started doing kapa haka, but very privileged to have made that move over, and that's where kapa haka started for me when I was 13. And, you know, my babies are being raised at the kura now. All our kids are growing up together, mine, Kawa's kids, all of our babies, they're cousins, eh? So they started at Punareo together, going through kura, and they're going to go through wharekura together, and eventually, hopefully, take over Ngā Tumanako. So we've started something big, and I'm hoping that our babies just carry that on.
Okay. Rawe, tēnā kōrua, e rongo ana I te waimari I whai wāhi atu kōrua o tira tēnei kāhui ki tērā momo. Being exposed to that caliber of people, and you know, when we attribute and acknowledge a lot of our stalwarts in this field, you know, as those people who were the trailblazers for a lot of the kaupapa that, you know, we as kura kaupapa aho matua tamariki are very blessed to have been exposed to, and we kind of still I suppose we're still receiving like the benefits and seeing the benefits of that nowadays. Nō reira, ka nui hoki aku mihi ki a rātou, koe hoki taku mihi ki a rātou I parai tēnei huarahi mā tātou, who, you know, despite it not being popular belief at the time, ne, I huri te tai, there was belief in kohanga reo and the kohanga reo system, te aho matua I noho mo hei tāhuhu mā tātou katoa. Nō reira, I runga I tērā kaupapa, I suppose, you know, my next partai is, you know, how has kapa haka contributed to hauora? I mean, we've got a broad understanding of what hauora is. He whānui tēnei mea. It's more than just how far you can run or whatever you can physical e rā mea katoa. Kua whai wāhi mai tēnei mea te tuakiritanga. You know, how do we have cultural identity without any with tikanga e rā mea katoa, te māramatanga ki te ao Māori. So, you know, I'm sure kapa haka has contributed to that in some sense over the years. I mean, even in your kōrero Marama, I hear that there's even intergenerational whakaaro for your tamariki and hopes and aspirations for that. Nā reira, koe rā, taku pāta, hea pā te pānga o ngā mahi a rehia, tāne rora ki ēnei, ki tēnei o ngā huarahi, o te hauora.
Kia ko tā te Māori te tiro ki te hauora, e rei te mea ko te tinana anake, ko te hine ngaro, ko te wairua. Kia au, ko te kapa haka, ka ea katoa e rā mea i te kapa haka. When you think about kapa haka, you're not only physically moving, but you are going through a journey of when you learn items, you're learning all these things that touch your wairua. And obviously you have to think about all these things. So, you know, you're using your hine ngaro. But for me, one thing that kapa haka does give you is connection. And mā tērā hono ki e tahi atu, mā tērā noho tahi, te teina me te tuakana, e raro i te whakaarotahi. He whakapiki wairua, he whakapiki hauora tērā, ki ahau. Ko te noho taratahi, he ua, mo te Māori. Tātou te Māori, he tangata hiakai ki te noho tahi. We share, kōrero, all of those kind of things. You know, we are very communal people, tātou te Māori. And I think that's why coronavirus was very hard for a lot of us because, you know, ka noho taratahi, koe ki tō whare. And now with kapa haka, you know, back alive again, that we've been able to have wānanga together, kapa haka getting ready for Matatini. So connection for me amongst each other, te noho tahi, te mahi tahi, he nui te whakapiki hauora kei reira. But kapa haka as an avenue for hauora, I think, it's, for me, kāre kauaka tuatu i te kapa haka, hei kawi i te reo, hei whakaora i te wairua, kamutu hei whaka mātautau i te tinana. You use everything when you do kapa haka, and it's, for me, the most creative and dynamic way that we express te reo Māori. You know, and you don't have to be fluent in te reo Māori to love kapa haka, you know, but it is a doorway for a lot of people to enter into te ao Māori, where sometimes it can be very daunting if you didn't grow up like that, if you weren't lucky enough to have things like Kura Kaupapa Māori. And there's a generation, my mother's generation, he pērā. Ko taku mama e harei te kōrero, e harei tangata kōrero Māori, engari taku pāpa ai i tipu pērā. No rāua, te hiahia kia tipu Māori mai, arero Māori mai, mātau a rātou tamariki. And, you know, we are very grateful for that. But yeah, I think kapa haka as an art form really does give you all of those things. Oranga wairua, oranga tinana, oranga hine ngaro.
I think I need to start going before Kawa because he's just going to steal all the answers now. Anyway, touching on what Kawa said, I absolutely support everything he said. And I think those of us that do kapa haka know that it's more than just kapa haka, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. You know, we had that big 3 or 4 year stand down period. And I will admit, the first time that we decided that regionals wasn't on and then nationals wasn't on, I felt a little bit lost because not only is that where I get to see all my mates, but that's where my babies get to see all their friends outside of kura. That's generally when we set our targets to hit the gym and make some really good physical changes and some healthy lifestyle choices, as well as it promotes that connection that Kawa's talked about. And so, you know, with that loss come feeling a little bit lonely and a little bit lost. And so that tackles your mentality, the mental side of things. So yeah, I just think kapa haka is a vehicle for so much more than just being a competition. You know, and Kawa's talked about history. We learn a lot of history and you don't even realize you're learning it, but all the waiata and the haka that we do, you're retaining all this mātauranga that you didn't even know you knew until you go, oh, that's right, we sung about that and we talked about that. So it's actually yeah, it's something now that we're doing it again, although I can't wait for kapa haka to be over because it's at that crunch time. I am seeing a change in myself in terms of being connected with my kapa again. There's a little bit extra spark there when I get to see everyone, although being on the floor is bloody hard at the moment. My kids are loving being back at the marae and being with all their cousins. And I think over and above all those things that I've just talked about, kapa haka actually teaches people a little bit of confidence as well. I don't know if that's the right word, but I remember in my line of mahi being in TV, doing kapa haka through kura and whare kura helped mold me into a different person in terms of being okay to stand in front of people and just doing things a certain way. I think kapa haka teaches you so much resilience and confidence. And I found too that a lot of our kura kids that come out of doing kapa haka and have been brought up in kapa haka transition into being amazing actors and talent, you know, just all these things that kapa haka promote. So confidence emotionally, mentally, physically. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm going to stop there because I'm waffling on now.
Kei te koe rawa ngā kōrero, ko tai hoki e tahi pātai, one pātai being, at what point did hauora become a thing for you individually? And what point did this shift within the kapa? Would you say it was a defining moment in becoming a high-performing kapa? He ho kōrua whakaaro ki tērā pātai.
You go first, Marama.
All right, I'll go first. Everyone, I think, okay, let's be honest, kapa haka comes up and you're thinking, I'm going to go hard this time, and then everyone leaves it for the last 6 weeks before taking the stage. Obviously, fortunately for our kapa, we won. And so you're thinking, how do I prepare myself? Originally, it started as just wanting to lose weight. And physically, our brackets kill me because of the type of stuff that we do. And I, you know, we all find our kaha and we know how to pump through, but I remember thinking to myself, if we want to maintain this, I need to get myself sorted. And so that was a click over for me, just being the best version that I can for myself, so that mamai on stage isn't as mamai. As well as, just knowing that being physically stronger and fitter and a bit smaller and looking after myself better can only do me wonders and make things hopefully a little bit easier. And that's probably where the click over was.
E tautoko ana i tā marama. When and before we won, I don't think hauora was a focus in my life or my wife's life, but after that, and definitely during COVID, because there was no kapa haka, we obviously kei te kimi huarahi anō e orai koe, and both my wife and I joined F45, and shout out tēnei ki Tet Tribe 45, kei te uru nei, that when you feel healthy, when you feel physically strong, there's something that happens. And we got the bug. I remember I used to pay gym memberships for years and not go, you go once through the door and there was enough for me. But these days, I actually, I totally am an advocate for going to the gym or doing something physical every day. Because for myself, I notice even in my relationship and how I do everything, you know, you make time for these things now, and you know how much how it impacts you positively, just being healthy. And for kapa haka, if you have a healthy kapa, if you have a strong kapa, you can do more. Knowing that there is actually a thing that is haka fit. So some things you can only do haka to do, you know, you actually have to do the haka to get fit for that particular thing you do in kapa haka. But being healthy, I think in the last 2-3 years has been a journey that my wife and I have been on, and it's changed our lives. So everyone out there, don't start in your 40s like my wife and I. Me te mata I nai takahi te ara o te hauora, because it will make a difference in your life. So yeah, health and that journey, we're definitely not I don't have the six-pack that I want yet. That's a work in progress. Engari, kei runga I te huarai.
Kia ora, I roto hoki a kōrua whakautu ka tai hoki te whakautu ki te tahi atu pātai.
We're on the journey there. But yeah,
Yeah, there was another pātai in here, but I think you've answered it. It was around the hauora journey outside of kapa haka, how that's had a major tēnā engari ki taku mōhio kua whakautu I roto I a kōrua whakautu tērā pātai, having like a lifestyle change to be able to contribute to kapa haka, and knowing that it's going to benefit the overall, the kapa as a whole. No reire e rongo ana tērā I roto I a kōrua kōrero. Engari, ko tētahi atu anō pātai, how do you balance rest and movement? Nā te mea, he nui ngā mahi, he taumaha e nei mahi. How do you find the balance between both e taupai ai te tinana, te hinengaro, te wairua, I roto I nei mahi? You can't just go 100 miles an hour all day, every day. Reira, how do we find that? Nā te mea, koe ra hoki te hauora, ne? Koe ra hoki te ahuatanga o te hauora, in case people think it's just thrashing yourself just so that you can haka. Me, ka tai ki te wā, e hāpai te rākau atu, ka hāpai anō I te rākau a rongo. Era ahuatanga katoa, so I he aha kōrua whakaaro ki tērā o ngā pātai.
you first, Marama.
Sorry, I missed the last part. It kind of glitched out a little bit.
Sorry.
I don't know why.
No, it's more about how do you find the balance between rest and movement, and how, you know, how intense things can be. You know, we've got to find time to rest at the same time, because everything can be quite busy and quite taxing, not just physically, but, you know, te hauora katoa. How do you balance it? What do you guys do?
Right, okay. Yeah, it is taxing actually, and anyone that does hakas absolutely knows that. What I've been trying to do lately, and this is more from a physical aspect, is trying not to go too heavy, not that I can lift heavy or anything, but being very conscious of how I'm training in the few weeks leading up to Matatini, because you know when you get to the weekends that your body's going to be smashed, and so I think that's one simple but very basic thing that I'm trying to do myself, is to, you know, get moving, but don't put my body in so much stress that I can't actually get through the weekend. And I would suggest that everyone kind of take a little bit of a chill pill around about now, because we're really big on trying to tell our kaihaka, you know, be very careful, try not to get injured, because we're only 2 weeks out. And I think these are the things that people need to do. But I know there are people out there who start panicking because they only just started 4 weeks ago, and then start trying to double up on classes and, you know, doing things like that. So that's one way that I'm trying to look after myself. And also just trying to make sure that home life is as good as possible, you know, because our babies get carted around with us, and trying to keep stress levels down as much as possible. And sleep. I've been trying to really work on my sleep. These sound really boring, but I think sometimes when we get to a point where it is unbalanced, that we've got to touch on the basics again. And sleep will help with your ahua, how you're feeling and how you project onto other people. And I think overtraining is just as there. And for me, if my babies are good at home, that helps balance out everything else as well. And kai, I'm really big on kai hauora. I think, you know, what we put in our mouths, not just physically, but I think it helps with our moods and stuff too. You know, eating properly can help you sleep better, helps you move better. And if you get those random cravings where you start feeling like you want heaps of sugar, and then you have a McDonald's and the next day you feel like crap, that's your body telling you that, yeah. You know, it's all these things, very basic things for me, but that's kind of how I try and balance out mahi, work life, and then wānanga life, and just trying to make sure I look after myself in that way. That's it from me.
E tautoko nei tā marama, and for me balance is still a work in progress, trying to find balance. He ua tērā, because you want to do the best in every part of your life, whether it be kapa haka, whether it be in work, whether it be at home with the whānau. So, ko te kauhanga nui, ko te kimi te kauhanga nui, I wainga I rā mahi katoa. So you can give your all to all three things, but knowing that you can't, you can't go hard on everything all the time. So definitely rest is important, and listening to your body. If your body's sore, then maybe you shouldn't do that next workout. Maybe not do leg day before wānanga, because you know you're going to get smashed on your legs. Being very strategic about how you do things. Like, we got 2 weeks to Matatini. Maybe not, you know, don't go play indoor netball, because we've had a couple of kaihaka snap their Achilles, you know, just in a friendly game. But yeah, just be intentional about everything you do, and rest is definitely one of those things you need to do to perform at your peak, because you can't go 100% all the time. You need that rest, and your body needs that rest, and your hine ngaro needs that rest. So all that thing, good kai, movement and sleep makes a difference to every part of your life, and you need to realize that every part of your life needs just as much of you. Your kids need you. Like, e pērā me tā marama, we cart our kids around to wānanga. You know, we just let them go on the marae, and they sort of entertain themselves, knowing that they need your time too. Your mahi, I know I've been doing kapaka stuff during the weekend. My mahi suffering, so I definitely haven't found balance there. But yeah, getting there with the balance, but he tika tērā. Listen to your body, and rest is so important for you to perform at your peak.
And you know, with the way that a lot of this is moving, like, where do we even find mātauranga around? So how do we know what kai is good? You know, once upon a time, we think, oh yeah, this was a good kai, but then now people are starting to introduce things, macros and meal plans and all those sorts of things, and there's a lot of misinformation around what's good, and, like, you know, what we thought was good before. We go, oh geez, things are changing now. So what has probably been some of the key resources for you guys around informing you what is actually good for your body around kai and hauora? Just for the whānau that are looking to get on, that are looking to get into this.
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. I talk about this a lot with people. And I have done it all. That's one thing I have done. Can you hear me? Sorry. Oh, yeah. I have done it all. I've done it all. The keto, the under eating, the overeating, anything you can talk about that's out there, I've done it. And I think, for me, I think the best thing is to invest in actually getting a meal plan done or reaching out to someone who knows what they're doing. That's the first thing I would suggest, because there's a lot of guessing work, and unless you've done a few things and kind of learnt a few tricks here and there, I would absolutely suggest reaching out to someone. For example, one of my big helpers was Te Ari Tāwere. He's one of my bros. He's been doing fitness for a long time. And I know there's Awhina Tika as well down in Te Arawa. She's awesome. She does meal plans, does workouts and everything. I've had discussions with her and she's wicked as well in terms of me trying to eat a little bit more. But I think that's absolutely the first step, is if doing the Kai side of things is daunting, then reach out to someone. There are so many options out there. Message me, I can point you in the right direction if you get really stuck, because that's the daunting part, is the Kai. It's just like when you want to get into the gym and you're a little bit mataku and you don't know where to go. Talk to people, figure out if you're a group fitness person. Like we were when we all joined F45, myself, Kawa, Kam, there were heaps of us, and we loved it and we'd done it together. Or are you the type that just wants a plan and you want to go off on your own? Painoi hotera, that's all good as well. I think they're both very similar. And unfortunately for a lot of our fun, I've learned a few tricks over the years. I still don't know everything, but I have learned quite a bit. It's little things like sometimes we'll undereat, or we don't want to eat something and then we think it's really bad and we create this really bad relationship with Kai. Or we'll starve ourselves all week and then we get to the weekend and we binge out and then you feel like crap again because you're like, damn, I failed. So if anything, I would suggest, reaching out to a program or to someone who can help you with Kai, but also learning to build on our relationships with Kai is a big one, because otherwise you're just guessing, and a little bit of sauce to some people is actually ends up being heaps of sauce, and you're better off having a big plate of really nutritious Kai than having that big cup of sauce on that little bit of thing and you just blew out all your calories. So it's a whole lot of science behind it. Reach out to someone for some.
I totally endorse what Marama says, that you know what you don't know what you don't know, and a lot of us that just don't have that mātauranga. So definitely reach out to people who have that mātauranga, who can help, who you trust as well. You know, sometimes on Instagram there's these people that say this is this, but actually go to someone who you know has worked for them. Go to someone that you sell something. But if you trust them and you've seen the results that they've got, like Marama, ask Marama, because you can tell us that something's worked for her. But for myself, we reached out to, my wife and I reached out to one of our very good mates now, Michael McKinnon. And he's been also, he done a meal plan for us, a training plan. And that's, and we've been with them for nearly a year and a half, and now we're comfortable to go to the gym and just take ourselves, where we used to ask, every day, what do we do now? What do we do now? So over time, you'll gain all this knowledge that you never thought, ka mau i a koe. Feel comfortable than I ever did in a gym amongst people who are, lifting and stuff. So that's cool. And find out what works for you. Sometimes what works for someone else doesn't work for you. We've been through a couple of meal plans, and fasting works for us now, because our mahi is so sedentary and we sitting down on our computer so long that fasting is a bit easier rather than trying to eat 4 or 5 meals a day. It wasn't working. So your tinana will tell you what works for you. But you don't know what you don't know. So hide it. Go to people you trust, people you've seen results. They've gained results from something. And ask them all the questions under the sun. Because, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power.
Rangoe, tēnā kōrua nei anō, anei tētahi atu pātai one. You started with, earlier in this kōrero, you become who you surround yourself with. Now, do you both feel a level of responsibility to create an environment for kai haka to be surrounded by people, experiences, who promote healthy relationships, habits, and everything that we're just talking about? Is that something e kawe nei kōrua?
Hey, get me. Absolutely. No, I put it this way, because my kind of weight loss journey has been so well, I guess it's obvious from whether you see me in person or on Insta or whatever, it's known. And so you kind of, although it's a passion for me and it's a lifestyle now, you do have that sense of responsibility to upkeep it, but also I'm so passionate about it now that I'm almost preaching it, not preaching it, but you know what I mean? I just, if I feel and hear that people are struggling, I'm like, what's wrong? I'll help you. I'll try and put you in the right direction. And I absolutely feel like that way with my friends that are around me, without being forceful, of course, because no one wants a forceful, annoying person to be talking about that stuff all the time. But especially with our kapa as well. And we're really choice. We have some people in there who are CrossFitters, who are already doing their own stuff. And then we've got people in there who like doing weights. And there are some people who are just starting again. But it's beautiful to watch and it's amazing to be around. And we've had a few little kori sessions with just a few of us. Some have been a little bit intimidating because they're like, we can't do what that person can do. But by the end of it, they've come to realize that actually, nah, it's a buzz because we're not judging. It's more just trying to get everyone moving and making them feel good and you know, just that. So I do have a sense of responsibility to not push people, but it's more that if I can feel that people want some awhi and want to tag along, yeah, I'm keen, let's do it. Let's do it together. Because I've seen such a big shift in Māoridom actually, and heaps of our people that are doing kapa now, everyone's at F45, at BFT, at crossfitting, and just generally living a healthier lifestyle. And I love it. I love seeing it all over Instagram and Facebook. Times are changing. And I'm really happy that our people are starting to take this side of things a little bit more seriously. And I'm just hoping that it carries on after the stage as well. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, e tautoko nui ana. And there's that kōrero out there, you know, show me your circle of friends and I'll show you your future. You know, you are definitely influenced by the people around you and the people you interact with on an everyday basis or, you know, often. For us, Ngā Tumanako was a place where we could come together again to bring our babies up in a safe space. So te reo Māori was normal. Kōrero Māori, noho Māori, all of those kind of things were normal. So that was part of our elders and our parents, grandparents done with the marae o Hoani Waititi in the city where, you know, you didn't have those connections to your marae, but Hoani Waititi was a place for everyone. Ke hoki mai rātou ki te wāhi, ke Māori ai te noho, that you were proud to be Māori in this little space, on this little papa, on this marae. And that's what Ngā Tūmanako is for a lot of us. It's that safe space that we are proud to be Māori, proud to speak Māori amongst us and have our kids grow up like that. And hauora has become a huge part of our ropu now, which is awesome. And for all our people, you know, he rātou te reo, you know, champions of te reo, that hauora, me he mea ko te hoa haere o te rā, ko te hauora, you'll be around longer to give those taonga. But, you know, if you're not looking after yourself, you know, you physically won't be able to be a champion of their kaupapa. So I reckon for all of us who have that responsibility of being champions of te reo Māori and te ao Māori, hauora needs to be a part of your life, because we want to be around to tautoko this kaupapa as long as we can for future generations.
Oh, but no, and whether we're conscious about it or not, and without giving any of the secrets, any kurahunga around what it takes to be a high performer, to winning rofu, a recipient of the Duncan McIntyre, ka aho awake I te ata, what does Ngā Tūmanako do hei whaka he tiaki pia I te hauora o ngā kaihaka? You don't have to give any other, if it's too much, then kei a kōrua tērā. Engari, I think there's a couple of bits in this. I assume that there's a few things that you guys would go through that would touch on a few elements of hauora here. no reira, i te whakaarua kene, kārano kia kōrero hia e tahi kaupapa, e tahi uera kaupapa, so I think, what does the morning, you know, as soon as you wake up, ka ha koutou, ka ha Ngā Tūmanako.
Kia ki pēnei au, i a mātou te wānanga, mātou wānanga ana. Te mai tuatai, karakia. He rongoa nui a tō te karakia ki te Māori. Ne? He whakaho i te wairua, he whakarite i te wairua mo ngā mahi kei mui te aroaro. He whakatō mai ngā whakaropato anei te huarahi hei whai mā mātou, me te tuku whakamoi me te ki te wāhi ngaro. E pai ai, tā mātou taka i te huarahi. No reire, he rongoa nui te karakia. A ka amutu ngā karakia, ka ruku ki ngā mahi. Ko te heart, we do a lot of breathing work, and again, I think that these little things are something that all kapa haka do. I don't think we have the secret recipe, but yeah, I think karakia is we all start every day with karakia. Kamutu ia po te karakia, breathing work, because with singing, with haka, e mena kare hā ki roto i o pukahukau ki roto i tō puku, ka ngoi kore, koi. Yeah, we do a lot of breathing, a lot of warm-ups. Before we do te whatewa and patu and do our whakaeke, yeah, we do, dynamic stretches and stuff like that to get the tinana ready. And then sometimes everyone's too potaho to do warm downs, but we're supposed to warm down after that, really, all of that kind of stuff, all that fast moving and using your tinana. But for us, it's been about what we're about to do and preparing our tinana, our wairua, before we go into the mahi, do the mahi as best as we can, and then obviously with the tinana warm down, reflect on what we've just done, and obviously trying to make a plan of how we get better or what needs to be fixed. So yeah, we're kōrero nei. It's being intentional about everything we do in our wānanga.
Not much else to add, but I think, what I do, although we encourage hauora and all that stuff, what I do love about our kapa is that we don't force it on anyone either. We promote it, tell everyone to look after themselves. So there is a group of us who are waiting to see what time on the floor so that we can figure out what time we got to get up the next morning to sneak off to the gym and then come back. There's a good crew of us who are like, what time? Yeah, we'll go to this one. And then we'll come back and have our showers, and then we'll have karakia with our whānau. But I think that's important too. There's nothing worse than forcing something on a group when people are going to be dragging their feet through the door, and it's not to say that our kapa don't want to do it, no. I think it's more that everyone has their own way of approaching things, different skill sets, different fitness levels, and if sleeping in till the last minute and just doing a few stretches is what gets you there, then pai noi ho tira. And then for some of us, we like to go off and do a sweat up before we get into it, and then we regret it by the end of the night, so and I think that's one big thing about our kapa. As much as we want for everyone to look after ourselves, and we say, look, we're here if you want to do some physical stuff, and we encourage it, we don't force it. I think it's a good thing.
Rawe, I sort of had a hunch that nā tēnā kāre anō I kōrero hia te whai wāhitanga mai o te karakia me ngā kōrero o wairua ki roto I a tātou kaupapa. And so I sort of had a hunch through, asking that, okay, what do you guys do? Because I thought, that would be it anyway. Nō reira, I kōrero hia te whai wāhitanga mai o te karakia, ngā tauwhirotanga o te wāhi ngaro ki tā tātou kaupapa e whakatau anō ai te wairua, e pai ai te rere o te waka mo te warangi rā. The other part was around tinana, what you guys were doing physically ki te whakamahana I te tinana. You spoke about warming up. We spoke about breathing exercises, dynamic stretching. Ne, I kōrero hia te dynamic, te whātoro i ngā ua. E pingore ai, te tinana e rite anō ai te tinana mō ngā mahi o te rā. Because a lot of this activity is quite strenuous, ne? Ka whakamātau hia te manawa roatanga o te tangata, tana rira, no reira, tēnā kōrua i e rā whakautu. E rere tonu mai ana ngā pātai, kia e rua anō pea. E rua anō pea ngā pātai. How do we meet the demands for kapa tutors to meet the need? No reira, nā te mei tino whanake ana, te kapa haka. Pakeke mai, rangatahi mai i ngā kura tuarua. Because there's a huge demand for support within schools. Do we have any sort of rautaki around how we might address that?
Pera we te rā pātai, and e rongo ana i te karanga o ngā kura auraki ki etahi tangata hapai i ngā mahi kapahaka. Do I have an answer to the question? No. And for us that are in that kapahaka world, kai haka mai, kai ako mai, it is about supporting those kura through that. And I know a lot of kai ako try and teach as many schools as they can, just as a way, because they know that kapa for our tamariki at mainstream schools is their doorway into their Māoritanga, is the way that they feel special in their kura, in their high school where there's thousands of people. This is their birthright and their heritage. So e rongo ana i te rā tangi. Do I have an answer, Kyle? But nei, katoa mātou ngā kaihaka, kai ako kei te ao kapa haka e mahi ana tēnā, toro atu ki ngā kura. E pai ai te horapa o tēnei aroha ki te kapa haka, tēnei aroha ki te reo, aroha ki a tātou kōrero. Kia horapa ki te ao, kia horapa ki te motu. But yeah, I feel for our tamariki and mainstream schools. Because kura kaupapa waimari e, ko ngā mātua ki te mahi kapahaka. It's usually the mātua who or a lot of people get in to help the kapahaka. But yeah, mainstream schools, yeah. Tātou ngai kapahaka, get out there and help our schools.
I missed the top of the question, but I'm figuring it's about how we help our tamariki who are in mainstream schools around kapahaka and what we can do to implement some type of program or help guide in that way. So I'll quickly touch on this. I know that, so we have a few, like Kawa said, we have kaihaka who are currently tutoring some of those kura. But I do believe that I know of the program that I think Teeds and them are all running. They're trying to create a program that will probably tackle that, which is amazing. Because I was fortunate enough to, because I produced Pukana, the Māori Te Reo Māori children's show, we were able to film a piece of them earlier this year. And it had around 300 to 400 students, inclusive of Hoani Waititi and Waioria, but other kura who wouldn't necessarily do kapahaka, who were there. And this was their window into te ao kapahaka and how they were going to get credits and learn along the way. And we done interviews with some of these kids who are Māori, who don't necessarily know how to speak, but being immersed in this kaupapa, in this program that I think it's called te ao haka, something along those lines, that they're creating is an absolute doorway to that. So, you know, it's linking them back to their whakapapa as well as giving them a little look into the world that we're very privileged to live in terms of being surrounded by kapahaka and just knowing that that's just what we do. You know, I understand we're very privileged. So seeing these kids get a little flavour of that was amazing. So I believe that there's already a program that's been created by some of our greats that are doing kapahaka now to tackle that issue. So e mihi ana ki rātou.
Kia ora. Nā te mea, e tino kite ana te whanake o te kapahaka I roto I ngā kura. Man, these kids are talented. Te taumata o te kapahaka, ne? Geez, and they're not scared. And e tino mai ana and go, geez, and then they, you know, they transition into Matatini e rā kaupapa katoa, and how do we even keep up with that demand and be able to keep giving these tamariki that platform and what they need to be able to excel no reira rawe te rā pātai. A mea no, ana te mea e tōhare ana te rā ki tā tātou kaupapa and the internet letting us know about it, te ahua nei. He ano, kia mutu pia I tēnei o ngā pātai. What inspirational quotes helped you through your hauora and kapahaka? What inspirational quotes? Whakatauki mai, whakatauaki, reo Māori, reo Pākehā.
You go, Mothers.
Honestly, I'm sitting here going, I actually can't think of any. I'm not a quotes person unless it's really memorable or like out the gate that I'll probably remember it. But I can't say that I've got anything to pass on, unfortunately. Nah, everything I've done, I just done because I wanted to do it. There was no quote out there to help me. Maybe that should be a quote. I just done it because I wanted to do it and I made it happen. Maybe I just created.
I was gonna say, if you say ahakoa he te he pounamu, whaia te kahurangi, all these are just no.
No, I knew not to go there. Let's not go there. So on to you, cousin. What's your quote? What you got?
Tēnei kōrero, and not the Instagram, tēnei kōrero, that your body is the most sophisticated instrument you will ever own, e hoa mā. Just like if you had brought a Ferrari, will you look after your Ferrari every day, polish it, clean it, make sure it's got good tires, all of that. Treat your body like a Ferrari, e hoa mā. Treat your body like a Ferrari, look after it every day, polish it every day, make sure it's got good benihidi and it's got good tires on it. Yeah, it's the most sophisticated and amazing instrument you will own, e hoa mā. Look after it.
Well, tēnā koe hoa no. We're looking forward to seeing these Ferraris with the polished wheels and the extra aroha with a lot of fuel at the Matatini on the Matatini stage in a couple of weeks at the whānau. No reira, e mihi nui ana kia kōrua I whai wāhi mai ki tēnei kaupapa who shared some of your mātauranga o te whānau. He nui tonu ngā pātai, engari ko tō te rā, kia tātou I tēnei rangi nei, he te mōhio mātou puku mahi kōrua, no reira, e tino mihi ana kia kōrua, a me taha, e hikaka ana, kia kite anō, ia kōrua, ki te Matatini, me te pai, me te whakatinanatanga, o ngā kōrero I puta I a tātou, I tēnei rangi nei. No reira, tēnā kōrua taino atu kia koutou ngā kaiwhakarongo, I noho mai ki te whakarongo ki nei kōrero, tēnā koutou. Kia hiki tēnei, there's going to be you'll receive a survey mo tēnei kaupapa ka tai kia koutou, if you could go through there, just to help us with our any future webinars that we might have, any potential kaupapa, any tahi atu oera kaupapa. Ka mutu e tuku mihi ana kia koutou me te aroha I runga anō I te mōhio I te whawhati haere, this rubbish connection down here was giving us a hard time today. No reira, I runga I tēnā koutou o te rā, tēnā rā tātou ki katoa, kia pai te rā, e hoa mā, kia pai te wiki.
Tēnā koe, Chief.
Kia ora rā.
Kia ora, brother.
Kia ora rā.